This is a 1937 Harley Davidson EL. This is the second year Knucklehead made. The first several years of productions had a lot of very unique items that were changing as they built these bikes through mid-year changes. They did not make very many of the first few year Knuckleheads, very low production. This here is very, very correct. It is a AMCA winning restoration. There's no such thing as a perfect restoration. They changed. One guy's opinion, this is correct. One guy's opinion, that's correct. All those guys who built it, they're gone. So their opinion is based upon somebody who found a used bike. And those are the people who say, yes, this is correct or not. So you can get very, very close. 100% doesn't exist. But this bike here was judged in the 90-some percentile, about 95 points. That's extremely good. Extremely good. You do have the real frame, motor, tranny, fenders, tanks. Most of the dash is real, the headlight, the horn, the handlebars, the seat is real. It's just been reupholstered. It is a restoration. We have the right narrow clutches, right clutches that are inside them, obviously. So we'll go over this bike real carefully so you can see your early brake light switch, your early kicker pedal, your early kicker arm, your early knuckle rockers, your early timing cover, relay distributor accessory here, correct floorboards, correct brake pedal, the correct exhaust, which of course the exhaust is reproduction. The oil tank is real and correct. Your oil lines, we'd have to pull them off to find out. We did not do the restoration. They make reproductions of those so exact you can't tell it from the original. If I didn't pull out of the wrapper, I'd never know. This here, see how it's sweated here? This is the correct early lever. They did not reproduce that to my knowledge. That correct? That is a real one. Your toolbox here is a reproduction. A real one of these. They look the same, they don't quite mount the same, and they're impossible to get. So the rear stand, of course, is a reproduction. The frame is real. The fenders are real. The tail light, of course, is a reproduction. To have one of these absolutely real today, you're dealing a bike that was restored 30-some years ago, or a bike that's original paint. In modern restoration, they're all going to have the same reproduction items on it. I'm pointing out. But your rocker clutch here, this is an early 37 arm here. This is correct. This is real heads. These are unique. They're open rocker arms. So these rocker arms are exposed. You have these are primer cup oilers here, the right manifold, the right carburetor, the right primary covers, the right. This is your Speedo here. This is correct. 36 and 7. They were black. These are real early numbers here. These are correct numbers. Later numbers are different. You see the little weird 3 and the weird E. These are correct. This is how it was. Everybody tells you otherwise doesn't know as much as they think they know. So you have your early 37 rear leg. This is narrow here. This is the right leg. This is the right headlight mount, the right horn. These have little Zert fittings on the inside here. That's different from the later. These are different Zerts here. These are different here. This is the right early arm. There's all kinds of unique stuff. There's a right drum, right backing plate. These are the right hubs. If you come over on this side here, you can see these hubs. They're machined here and they're stepped. Bring it over on this side here. We'll show them. These hubs here are stepped hubs. They did not use this by 40. They're different. So this is a very correct bike. It runs extremely well. And you can see the carburetor here. It's correct M5 carburetor. It's not been restamped. It is correct nickel. This is a very correct bike. I'm very happy to own this bike. Very hard to find an open rocker arm 37. All your 36s were open rocker arms, not all your 37s. This is much rarer than just a 37 because of that. Most of them were converted, most of them were not made with open rock arms. You see the rock arms right there? These are open. Very cool. The dash here, we do have a reproduction Speedo in it. That is common for any restoration today. The only way you can tell is you have to spin the numbers here and somewhere right there. You see that little line right there? These Speedos are so exact. If you don't find that little line where the decal was stuck on, that's the only way you know. They're exact. Side by side, you can't tell until you find that. The modern ones use decals. Back in the day, they didn't use the decal, they actually painted them. That's what I'm making though. You got to find that. The only thing really incorrect on that is the striping's just a little bit too thick. For a purist, we're going to whine and bitch and whine and bitch. I didn't do the restoration. I'm happy enough just to own the bike. How many times you see a 37 for sale? At any price. That's just correct. At any price. Imagine that. At any price. It's not available. I own this bike. It's beautiful. We're going to fire it up. We're going to take it for a little ride here. That's the systems. So we just run over it. She runs quite well. Couple of primes. Make sure you get 2 primes in it. A little retard. Not too much. A little choke. A little gas. Over here, something rock runs. How cool is that? Look at those rock runs. That's really cool. All it is you know why not? OHV we'll make overhead sound like that. As you can hear, this bike idles totally different from the 47 we just showed you. This is a 37. It's a different bike. We have a little gauge here. This is on when it's not really so off. Our increase is working. All the systems are working. We have the correct early gas gun. This is a tail light, a little brake light. We have a tail light. We have a brake light. We have a horn. We have a headlight. Look at that. We have a headlight. Pretty cool. Oh, gas. I should have this stuff for a little blast up and down the street. Gas tank and it comes back off. That was a lot of work. Number one property. Guys, you all know it. You say, my friend, my buddy actually knows 37 Knucklehead today. How many people do they know?